Hey guys, Chris Wiley here, and here's the #1 way to reduce anxiety and stress. And anxiety is very much an automatic neurophysiological response. It's an instantaneous internal response to external triggers, which could be a person, a place, a word, or a response to your own internal thoughts. And anxiety triggers the amygdala, the emotional alarm center in our limbic system, which then stimulates our HPA axis and triggers our gut brain, our enteric nervous system, generating those physical sensations, our feelings in our body. And you see, our feelings and emotions are a cognitive label given to physical reactions that have already occurred in our body. And feelings will have a particular direction and movement. They'll tend to either spin forwards, spin backwards, move clockwise or counterclockwise. And people will tend to reveal to you with hand gestures how their feelings are moving in their body. People will talk about, oh my God, I'm getting so worked up right now. Or they'll tell you, oh, I'm really feeling stuck and feeling down and unable to move forward. You want to pay attention to those hand movements, and we'll tell you how the feelings are moving. So you may be asking, okay, well, what do we do now? Well, the first step is to become consciously aware of how the feelings are moving through your body, where they start, where they move to. We're going to activate our frontal executive networks. And then what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to stop, take a nice deep breath in. You breathe in, hold it, 1, 2, 3. And what you begin to do is you start to take that feeling and you slow it down. You move it a little slower, and a little slower still. And then see if you can begin to take that feeling and literally reverse the direction that it moves. So if you had an anxious feeling that was spinning forward uncontrollably, you begin to slow it down, slower, and then reverse it and move it backwards. And you see, when you take an anxious feeling and you reverse it, naturally it's going to make you feel calmer. If you take a feeling of being stuck and you reverse it, naturally it's going to help you to move forward. And what we're doing is we're activating our frontal executive networks, using our conscious mind to modulate the firing of our unconscious limbic networks, which just fire out of control. And you see, the more you practice activating your frontal lobes, the more you practice at controlling your feelings, the stronger those connections get between your frontal lobes and your limbic networks. And I've used mental techniques to help hundreds of people, both in one-on-one situations and in seminar group situations, to rewire anxiety, fears, panic attacks, the most intense anxiety responses you can possibly imagine. And when you make it a habit and you learn to control your feelings, then rather than being at the mercy of anxiety and stress, you can attenuate that anxiety response to find that sweet spot level of arousal for peak performance. And I'm Chris Wiley, helping you turn science into your own personal mental mastery.